Namaste children. Part 1 of Sound of Music is completed and I know that you have enjoyed part 1. Now this is part 2. This is about Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Now here you can see so many people with different musical instruments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people are there. Now the work what I am going to give you now is, apart these 8 people, I want you to choose 2 more people who are playing different instruments and take their picture and write the name of the person and the instrument what they are playing on A4 size paper. Okay? 10 must be there on that. Okay? So 10 people playing different musical instruments and their name and what is that instrument. Okay? That you are going to do now. Yes. Now let us go back to the lesson and see what is it we know about Bismillah Khan. Yes. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe when he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes. Soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royal and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name, as the story goes, since it was first played in Shah's chambers and was played by a Nai barber. The instrument was named Shehnai. Pungi. You can see the pictures of pungi and Shehnai. The story is clear. During Aurangzeb's period, this pungi was played there and the noise was not pleasant. Shrill sound was there. So Aurangzeb banned playing this pungi in his court. So the people who were talking with a shrill note, they used to call them as pungis. That was a nickname given to them. So people were eagerly waiting when this musical instrument will be modified, changed, made into better one. So there was one barber who wanted to change that. So he brought one long natural stick and made 7 holes on that and started playing that. As this was made by barber who was called as Nai, and that was played for the first time in Shah's court, it is called as Shehnai. That's how the instrument got its name. That's how it was invented. Now, the sound of Shehnai began to be considered auspicious, and for this reason it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. In the past, the Shehnai was part of Nawbat, or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. The credit of bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Now, the sound of Shehnai was first played in temples and all marriages. Wherever any auspicious thing was going on, they used to have that. This instrument used to be played, and this instrument was one among the 9 instruments which were played. That's why Nawbat of traditional assemble of 9 instruments found in royal court. Afterwards, this one and recently it was played even in temples and even in the royal courts. So temples and weddings. So the credit of this, making this as a classical instrument instrument goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Next paragraph. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played gilli danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri chant, at the end of which he used to get a big laddu weighing 1.25 kgs, a prize given by the local Maharaja. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy was travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. So he got Bharat Ratna award. When he was 5 years old, he used to play at a place called Dumrao in Bihar, and then at that time he used to sing Bhojpuri Chaita is the song which they used to play in Bhojpuri in temples. After that he used to get 1.25 kgs of laddu. So that was the prize by what he used to get after playing that, and now that travel continued and continued and continued till he received Bharat Ratna award, the highest civilian award in India. Now, born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah plays to a well-known family of musicians, belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Box Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's Court. His father, Paigambar Box, was other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. So in the entire family there were many people who played Shehnais, both from mother's side and also from father's side. They used to play, and that's what he imbibed that, heritage in that talent from them. The young boy took to music early in life. At the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Benares, now called as Varanasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. Soon, Bismillah started accompanying his uncle Ali Box to Vishnu temple of Benares, where Box was employed to play the Shehnai. Ali Box would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. Slowly, he started getting lessons in playing the instrument and would sit practicing throughout the day. For years to come, the temple of Balaji and Mangala Maya and the banks of the Ganga became the young apprentice's favorite haunts, where he could practice in solitude. The flowing waters of the Ganga inspired him to improvise and invent ragas that were earlier considered to be beyond the range of Shehnai. So the young boy took to music when he was really very young. His mother one time took him to his uncle's home. His uncles, they were playing the Shehnai so well that he really liked to listen to that, and he used to go with Ali Box, his uncle, to Vishnu temple of Benares, and there Shehnai he used to play for hours together, and Bismillah Khan was just captivated as if he was arrested. He used to listen to the music continuously for so many hours, and then slowly he started learning the music from him, and then practiced that continuously at the temple gates. And these are the places which he liked so much, Ganga and Benares temple, but the places where he used to sit and enjoy. Young apprentice favorite haunts means the places what he used to remember so frequently, and that was the place where he used to sit and practice the music. The flowing of Ganga water inspired him a lot, and that's why he used to invent so many ragas playing on that Shehnai. Next paragraph. At the age of 14, Bismillah accompanied his uncle to the Allahabad Music Conference. At the end of his recital, Ustad Faiz Khan patted the young boy's back and said, "Work hard and you shall make it." With the opening of All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938, came Bismillah's big break. He soon became an often heard Shehnai player on radio. So that was the break. When he was 14 years old, he accompanied with his uncle to Allahabad Music Conference, and at the end of that conference, this man Ustad Fiaz Khan, he patted on him and told him that work hard, you are going to reach the height in that, you are going to be very successful, and work hard and you shall make it. That's what he told. Then afterwards, in the year 1938, this radio came into existence, and it was the Bismillah Khan's Shehnai music was the first one which used to be played, and many people came to know about Bismillah Khan and his Shehnai through this radio. That gave a very big break to him. When India gained independence on 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to greet the nation with his Shehnai. He poured his heart out into Raga Kafi from the Red Fort to an audience which included Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, who later gave his famous Triumphant Destiny speech. So this Triumphant Destiny speech is very famous speech given by Jawaharlal Nehru, and 15th August 1947, Bismillah Khan played the Shehnai there, and then afterwards Nehru's speech was there. Bismillah Khan was given many memorable performances both in India and also abroad. His first trip abroad was to Afghanistan, where King Zahir Shah was so taken in by the maestro that he gifted him priceless Persian carpets and other souvenirs. The king of Afghanistan was not the only one to be fascinated by Bismillah's music. Film director Vijay Bhatt was so impressed after hearing Bismillah play at the festival that he named the film after the instrument called Goonj Uti Shehnai. So Goonj Uti Shehnai is the movie, and that movie got the title because Vijay Bhatt was inspired by the playing of musical instrument played by Bismillah Khan, and that's why he gave that name to that movie, and in that there is one beautiful song. The film was a hit, and one of Bismillah Khan's compositions, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, turned out to be a nationwide chartbuster. Despite this huge success in celluloid world, Bismillah Khan's ventures in film music were limited to two: Vijay Bhatt's Goonj Uti Shehnai and Vikram Srinivas' Kannada venture Sanadi Apanna. I just cannot come to terms with the artificiality and glamour of the film world, he says with emphasis. So only two films were there. One is Goonj Uti Shehnai, and then in that there was one song composed by him, Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya, and then another movie, Kannada movie, and these two were the only movies where his role was there, and afterwards he told, no, I can't, this is not my cup of tea, which means he could not bear with that artificiality and glamour world, this film world. He felt that it's not, I can't do that. So awards and recognition came thick and fast. Bismillah Khan became the first Indian to be invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in the United States of America. He also took part in the World's Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So well known did he become internationally that an auditorium in Tehran was named after him, Tehran Mosque Ustad Bismillah Khan. So many international programs he has given, and even one mosque was named after him called Tahir Mosque Ustad Bismillah Khan. It was in Tehran. National awards like Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan were conferred on him. So many awards he received, very famous awards. In 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna, with the coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare music. So after reaching the Bharat what did he say? He told, teach your children music, Hindustani music. Even other countries, foreign countries also, Western countries also, they are learning now. So teach your children Hindustani music. In spite of having traveled all over the world, Khan Sahib, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Benares and Dumrao, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns in the world. So, though he traveled the entire world, he landed two places. What were the? Benares and Dumrao, because he used to sit there and learn music in Benares. And Dumrao, he used to, at very young age, he used to play Gilli Danda. A student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Benares by replicating the temples there. But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. So, what is the answer given here? Student wanted to have a school in America and he wanted him to be there. And what was the answer given? Okay, if you can bring even Benares also there, yes, definitely I could do that. He knew very well that it was not possible to bring Ganga to America. But Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. Later, he is remembered to have said, that is why whenever I am in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan. While in Mumbai, I think of only Benares and the Holy Ganga. And while in Benares, I miss the unique mud of Dumrao. So he used to remember all those places. Now here is one small thing which is given there. Shekhar Gupta, when partition happened, didn't you and your family think of moving to Pakistan? And Bismillah Khan's answer, God forbid, me leave Benares? Never. I went to Pakistan once. I crossed the border just to say I have been to Pakistan. I was there for about an hour. I said Namaskar to Pakistanis and Salam Alaikum to Indians. I had a good love. Now, that's how he loved India. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is a perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. One that is effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. Isn't that great, children? Yes. Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. He was given a state funeral and the government of India declared one day of national mourning. He really deserves that. Right, look here. Kashi Vishwanath temple. So they used to tell that Kashi, it was Bismillah Khan who worked Kashi Vishwanath by his Shehnai. Okay. Now isn't that great, children? Now don't you feel like listening to his music even after knowing so much about him? Yes. Before you do that, I just want you to see the homework what I want to give you. Yes. See all these, tick the correct answer and then Bismillah Khan's feelings about that positive, negative and neutral. Here they have given. You please complete even that. And then here are few questions. Complete that answers and then think about the language. Even here also you can easily do the work. Okay, complete the following sentences beginning with to verb. Try to answer questions in brackets. To play, to write, to do, in that way. Try to complete that. And then Bismillah Khan, from that lesson you can find these words and phrases whatever are there in the paragraph and complete even this work. I think all of you must have already completed. Okay? If you did not do that work, please complete everything, even the dictionary work also. Do that and then apart this I am going to give you some other work. These adjectives you have already know about that. I have already taken the class. Go back to the video and find out and see that and complete the work. See here what is our given is adjective which is used as noun and not before noun, and both you can use in both the ways. Okay. This is a little bit tricky. I think you need to take the dictionary and then do the work, and please complete even this work also. And then speaking in these activities, I am going to give you some other activity because it's not possible for me to give that activity now. Okay, I will send you the link. Okay, now you are going to listen to Bismillah Khan's music. Okay. Did you enjoy that, children? Yes. Thank you so much. Complete the work.